Light, the map is starting. It is loading. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, mate. I'm ready. I'm ready for our ZvP.
And here we are. Welcome everyone to the first semifinals for Sentimiento Latino number 116. Can you believe we're in 116?
Jesus.
And spawning here, el streamer del pueblo, the Mexican ser player, JimRising.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS. Oh boy, gonna be our first ZvP of the day, our first Zerg player on stream. First Zerg.
All right, it is the first ser player on stream. How weird, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, like a lot of the Brazilians on here, like Eric isn't here, the Zerg Lord either.
They're probably playing Age of Empires.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, if this tournament, if I was not organizing this tournament, I would probably be playing Age of Empires as well.
It's fair. It's fair. How long does this is the stress test only for this weekend? For Saturday,
yes,
Sunday?
it finished on Monday at 10 p.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific. So basically the weekend. It's okay, mate. 72 hours. 72 hours to enjoy. You know?
Oh boy. Yeah, it's great to see that they're doing that. I mean, what I was saying earlier is that the most important thing is that they are still changing the game. Like from my understanding, there have been some like balance changes and some quality of life changes between the closed beta and the stress test. So like they're still working on it.
Yes, there supposedly has been. I have not read them, so I will probably be very surprised when I make an archer and it's not as good as it was. Because I remember that was one of the complaints that archers were too good. And I don't know if they changed them or not, but we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, we do have StarCraft 2 still alive and kicking.
Exactly. We still are here in this tournament, and this game is slowly getting underway. Nothing too crazy going on right now, and I'm excited to see what XionS has to offer. You know, is he still rocking around with that sky toss into? Was he the one who went like into Tempest or Carriers, like without Storm? I remember he didn't like Storm. If you remember.
I mean, two things. One, wasn't that Paco Mike? And two, of course, he's going to go for Stargate. What kind of Protoss is not going to go for Stargate?
A Protoss with honor. Unfortunately, they don't exist, mate. They don't. Paco Mike is the one who goes straight into carriers. XionS is the one who goes pure Skytoss without like splash damage to support. Unfortunately, that's shaking my head, XionS.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see one what XionS does this game, and two how good does it work. Because, mate, I don't know if you remember like the recent result from XionS and JimRising, but XionS has been pretty dominant.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, it's Jim and ZvP, right? It's just not it's just not a good time for Jim. You know, he's a great player, and you can make arguments that he's the best ZVZ. He has the best ZVZ in Latino America. There's a reason why he's been able to take games and series off of Cham and DreamHack, like season after season. But when it comes to against Protoss, it's a different beast. And ooh, he's gonna go for +1.
That's a quick +1 range for our set player JimRising. I'm guessing he knows XionS is probably gonna go for the Skytoss, and he wants to prepare for Hydras as soon as possible, right? And what better way to start an early upgrade?
100%. Like, this makes the most sense. Obviously, he's making plenty of queens to hold against the Void Race to begin with. I'm waiting to see where's the lair. We do see 2 additional gases have been taken, so obviously he wants to get into some kind of tech. Whether or not that's Hydras or Aspire, we'll see. But yeah, first things first, we still need to see that lair.
Yeah, not there yet. I'm a little worried. I think it's a little. If there was a lair, I was expecting it like sooner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because XionS already has Void Rays on the map. Jim, of course, knows it. I'm pretty sure that he saw it with his settings. And for it not be a lair so quick, I mean, is the +1 attack just a really, really, really early for the late game thingy, or is it just like I honestly not sure what he's thinking.
Yeah, so far it looks like he wants to. I guess it makes sense because it's on Jagannatha, right? And we have the speed zones. He wants to go for a Roach Queen push with +1. That's what this tells me.
I mean, he has not stopped to stopping making queens. So how many does he have at the moment? He has 10. Yeah. He has 10, and there are 2 more on the way. So yeah, it is very probable that what you say is gonna happen.
Yeah. We'll see how good it's gonna hit here. Like +1, it finishes up. Now he can go across the map. The problem is that we have Zealots and Charge also finishing up for XionS.
Yeah, Charge is done, but I think with the amount of queens and the amount of roaches that are about to pop out, I don't think this push is gonna do anything. Yeah, immediately one of the Void Rays goes down, and XionS is forced to go back.
Man, and honestly, like, that could be game right then and there, because losing Void Rays this early is devastating. Like, you need them to defend. Without them, there's no way you're gonna hold on to this push. And here we go. It's gonna take a while for these queens to waddle across the map. Look, they're doing their best, okay?
We need an upgrade for the queens to have like a little stroll, car, so they can move faster across the map.
I would love that as a visual, but even as a Zerg player, I know that's gonna be imbo, mate. That's OP. I would love it though.
I know Zerg doesn't need any more help.
It's true. It's very true. And you know who needs help? Protoss, because cannons are getting thrown down now. But mate, it's far too late.
Yes, those cannons are never gonna finish. Oh my god, that pylon was powering everything. So there's nothing here now to defend the main entrance, and XionS and Jim is just gonna blow right into the door. Meanwhile, XionS doing a counter attack on the other side of the map. I'm not sure it is going to be enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Because sure, he's doing quite a lot of damage at the moment, but as soon as the reinforcement from Jim came out, he can defend.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it makes sense that XionS went for a counterattack because he couldn't fight the main army. He couldn't fight it at all. He just didn't have enough, so he goes for a counterattack. He kills a lot of workers, but as you said, this is going to be cleaned up. The Void Rays, I mean, they're still going to deal a lot of damage. There's not much anti-air, to be fair, but he's losing his natural, and he's going to lose more than that. Or should lose more than that.
Yeah, the Jim is in the natural, Jim is on the third base, and XionS also doing his quiet shadow work on the other side of the map. But I don't think it's not going to work. The silos have already been dealt with. There's only Void Rays remaining. And look, one of the last bastions of hope for XionS has just been morphing in. Dark Templars on the map.
What? Yo, the DTs are huge. DTs are actually going to clean up this army. They're killing everything. There's no detection. Yes, there's no lair.
Remember, yeah, there's no lair. The lair's on the way, and but it's like a long way away, and these can easily clean up everything before that.
Jimbo, ¿por qué? Not like this. Like, because of that, like, this is manageable. Like, XionS, he only lost a single base. He kept the majority of his workers alive. He killed a hatchery of Jim, and now when Jim goes for the counterattack, he lost so many queens, it takes a long time to replenish them, especially when you only have one hatchery because your other one is making a lair.
Yeah, you are correct. And oh my god, another queen gonna go down to the Void Rays.
Oh god.
So yeah, those surprise it is, mate. They just saved the day.
Yeah.
Someone get a medal to those MVPs it is.
Yeah, more Ravagers are getting picked off here. Like the Void Ray is gonna be able to defend. We have Immortals, double Robo production Immortal. I thought that these Robos were gonna get taken out, but again, like, the DT's defended. Like, Jim, he like, the attack was so good. I'm sure he thought that the game was over, but it kind of is. But it's over for Jim. Like, it's.
Well, you know what they say, when behind Dark Shrine.
Yeah, anytime Dark Shrine, man. That's what they. Oh god. Like, what's the plan here for Jim? You know, like, the lair is done. He has detection, sure.
I guess the plan is to regroup and just macro up again and go to a quote unquote normal 4 base PvC game.
I guess so. If that's the case, Jim, we need to see like a double expand. We need to see some more bases. He's droning up right now. He's trying to recuperate his losses. But like XionS, he's getting a 4th up and running, man. Like, oh no.
Shall we just say to Jim to GG now and just save us the pain?
Nah, he needs to experience the pain. We all do. Oh god, he's making 2 Hydra deaths. Oh, Jimbo, please.
He's afraid of losing one to the this.
He
He might as well be because mate, XionS is moving across the map.
He is. There's a lot of immortals here. Oh, the queens are gonna get picked up for free. 2 queens are gonna go down. We have some roaches, some ravagers. But what really shoots up here?
Nothing, mate. Nothing.
Oh god.
There's a couple of queens, there's a couple of ravagers, but it's not gonna be enough. And with how many immortals? 5 immortals, mate. Those roaches are gonna melt.
Oh yeah, exactly. Jim, he's holding on just barely for now. I mean, the spores are doing a lot to zone out those void rays, so he's holding on. But we have Colossus behind this. Extended thermal lance is on the way. 4th base is getting fully saturated. Like, sure, we're getting Hydras, and this looks intentional. Jim is actually getting both upgrades at the same time.
Wow, I cannot believe that the double Hydra was intentional, and it's actually working.
Isn't it? I'm not convinced. I like part of me wants to believe that like he's like, oh shit. Both Hydras finished up. I guess I'll try and hit an upgrade timing. Like, we'll see though. We'll see. This is gonna be interesting if he can get enough Hydras out.
You need to ask him after the game if it was intentional or not.
Oh god.
But yeah, we see Jim moving out with a big squadron of roaches. There's nothing here to defend, so they may be able to snipe a couple of buildings.
Yeah, we'll see what they can get done as first they focus down the cannons. The rovers are a little bit exposed, but enough time has passed. XionS responds with the rest of his army. He pushes away Jim. And as all this is happening, the Hydra count is getting higher. These 4 Hydras though, get back home.
Look. They're doing their best, okay? They're doing their best.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? The upgrades are finished up. Yo, Hydra, Lurker, Viper, let's go. The biggest concern for me is that, again, he's still on 3 bases. The 4th is on the way now, but it's far too late. XionS, he's maxed out. 200 supply, mate.
Oh my god. And yeah, not only is he maxed out, he's moving out. I mean, I like that Jim is preparing for lurkers and the hype and everything, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get there.
Yeah, exactly. As in comes the Protoss. The 4th base was denied because of the DTs. Lurker Den is not done, so it's just Hydra, Roach, Ravager of all things. There's a bit of a wraparound. Yo, a couple of Colossus getting picked up.
Oh, that is huge. 2 Colossus immediately go off with the attack on the back, but I'm not. But the army on front is dead, and that is GG, and XionS takes game number 1.
I feel so bad for Jim because that was a good attack. That was like the Queen Roach. It was good. GG. Oh my god.
Yeah, GG. Game number 1 to our Protoss player. And I mean, Jim did a fantastic fight. It was a fantastic timing push, but man, who knew that these were coming?
It was like, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but like it was the perfect response because of the lack of lair, right? Like it was literally the only thing that XionS could have done to keep him from dying. Like that was crazy. That was crazy. Oh my god. Wow, just wow. Just What else could I say, mate? What else could I say? Wow.
Now you know, like when you go and play your ladder game, do not make a big push without Claire.
Yeah. Jim learning that the hard way. Ah, God. And with that, XionS does take the first game. But it's not over. You know? It's still a best of 3, not a best of 1. So Jim has a chance to bring it back. He has a chance.
Yeah, he has a chance, and a good chance at that, I will say. And there we go. The lobby for man number 2 is done. They have game card, so we are ready.
Oof. Beautiful. That's what we want to see here as we are going to be getting into game number 2. Meanwhile, shout out to XionS' team, Unidos por el Vicio. We can see their Twitch account there in the chat cheering for their boy XionS, you know, one of their ace players. Oh. And it looks like as we were in game number 1, Davo finished up his series.
Yes, Davo finished the series. He won against Cholo Carlos. So after the semifinals is over, we are going to see a Peru versus Peru bloodbath.
Ooh.
We both know we love a good Peruvian civil war. So
what?
We both love a good Peruvian civil war, don't you?
Oh God.
Anyhow, speaking of civil war, here we have the Mexican third player, the streamer for the people, this is JimRising.
Spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the player who is currently leading this series, the Peruvian Protoss, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS.
Now, Light, if you were JimRising, would you try it again?
Oh God, no. God. I wouldn't have tried it to begin with, mate. Oh God. Like obviously there was a lot of thought put behind that build. Obviously the one thing that it doesn't take account for is DTs, so that was just really unlucky for Jim. It's a mixture of things, right? Unlucky, really nice response from XionS. So we'll see what we see next from Jim. I think regardless, we are probably gonna see a push. I'm sure Jim doesn't want this to go to the late game. I'm sure he wants to end this ZvP early.
Yes, he doesn't want any late game and having to deal with the Golden Armada. Because we both know how much Jim does not like the Golden Armada.
Yeah. Mate, no one likes it. No one likes the Golden Armada. Like, it's, oh boy. One of the more questionable balance changes that Blizzard made towards the end of Legacy of the Void. Buffing the Void Ray, allowing Skytoss to be a more consistent thing. Oh boy.
I mean, I don't have any issue that they made the balance change. I have the issue that then they abandoned the game after that. So.
Oh God. Yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, but we'll see. We'll see what Jim has in store for us, because again, there are plenty of ways to respond to the Golden Armada, right?
Yes, there are, and they do not always work, as we saw in game number 1. But there are. It is not an invisible strategy. And you know, I mean, look. If you do not like the Golden Armada, I have an easy solution for you. Okay? Age of Empires 4. About to come out in about a month. There are no Golden Armadas there, I promise you that.
Oh God, I hope not. We'll see.
I mean, we have the Golden Horde, but that's another thing.
We'll see if there's gonna be a Protoss equivalent in Age of Empires 4, mate. I don't know.
Oh God, please no, please spare me.
No. Meanwhile, a bit of a link flood here. It's a little bit interesting hitting before link speed. Link speed is on the way. There's no shield battery, but the shield battery just finished just barely in time.
Just in time, the shield battery finishes up, and one Zerling managed to get in. I don't think this stalker is gonna die anytime soon. So yeah, this is perfectly fine right now. But the gateway, on the other hand, okay, there we go. Shield battery on the gateway is gonna be enough, and yes, it is because shield battery overcharge has been used.
And this is where I question things for Jim, because he did open up Hatch Gas Pool, and this was a lot of Lings committed to this, and he hasn't gotten anything for it yet. Sure, he forced an overcharge, he's trying to get the gateway, but he's losing all his Lings. Like, oh.
It's okay. It's okay. He's fine. He's a Zerg player. He can macro up. He's gonna be like 30 drones in a second and he'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so. That was a lot of lava going down the drain. I guess what I can say is that he did force a response, like he forced a sentry, forced a second shield battery, and another backup pylon as well. So resources were invested here for Zion, so I guess Jim did get something out of it.
Yeah, speaking of getting something out of it, the first Void Rod is out, and now hunting Overlords, and Jim is currently supply block, which is never a good thing when you're a Zerg player.
Yeah, he just produced 4 Overlords, 3 more are just about to pop out. Oof, feels bad, man. We do have plenty of Queens on the way, though. Creep is being spread, so for now it looks like there's the opener or the direction of things are the same compared to game number 1, where we have plenty of Queens to defend against the initial Void Rays. Are we gonna see a lair is the big question. I hope so.
Well, we're about to find out. The Roach Warden is about to finish. No. Oh yeah, you're correct. No +1, no any kind of upgrades. So yes, and there we go. Five roaches immediately start. 6 roaches. I think Jim is gonna do it again.
Oh boy.
Oh. Yes, only that it will be faster because, mate, there is no upgrade. So this time it's gonna have to work, or it's gonna have to work.
Yeah, exactly. One way or another, the game is about to end. As the Queens are going to be marching across the map, we have roaches to back them up. As you were saying, no +1, no lair with this, so a little bit of a different timing, but a timing nonetheless. Meanwhile, what does Zions have? He is going to have charge for the defense. 4 gateways are just finishing up in the main base. Shield batteries are on the way. Oh boy.
I am afraid that Zion is gonna be ready.
So am I. Okay, a lair is on the way. So what's important is that at the moment there aren't any Ravagers for Jim. We do have the lair on the way, but oh, his army does get spotted.
Yep, Zion knows. Now he knows that he needs to prepare and be defensive ASAP. And there we go. Cannons are going up in the tier base. Another shield battery going up as well. And what is his army doing? Is he gonna try to flank or counter attack or something?
He's going for the counter attack again. He did this in the previous game, and he wants to do it once more. He's gonna be able to pull away some of the army of JimRising. Oh no, there's no Queens here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, all the Queens stuck with the attack, and right now they're attacking the front door. There are no units for Zion to defend, only cannons.
Oh yeah, exactly. We'll see if it's going to be enough here, as it looks like Jim is pulling back.
Wow, I'm impressed. I honestly didn't thought that Jim will pull back after seeing that there are no units to defend.
Oh yeah, exactly. And because of that, no, a couple of Ravagers are going to get picked off. 1 Void Ray does fall, and that is pretty big. What's important is that the Queens are still outside the base, like they're still ready to push in.
Yeah, Jim is not ready to wig up this push yet. Another big attack is coming up. There are silos now that are warping. So this is not going to be as easy for JimRising as it was a minute ago. But still, that's a lot. All the Queens are still alive. Now, there's one important thing, mate. There's a Dark Shrine about to finish.
Yeah.
and while Jim does has the lair, there is no Overseer anywhere.
Yeah, there's no Overseer at all. Dark Shrine just finished up. We don't see any DTs yet. A couple of Zealots are trying to be warped in here. Where are the DTs for Zions? The Immortal pops out just in time.
Yeah, nice timing for the Immortal. The Roaches are focusing it, and there are no ship batteries nearby, so the Immortal is gonna go down very fast. And there we go, the first DT is out.
The first DT is here. Jim immediately is pulling away, and now he's gonna lose every single Queen in the retreat.
Yes, and without the queens, this push does nothing because the borders are gonna have free reign over all the roaches and ravagers.
Oh my god, no! Every single queen is gonna fall, and that is it. It doesn't matter if you have detection. It doesn't matter if you deal with the DTs because you don't have an answer to the Void Rays.
Yes, that should be the end of the push for JimRising. JimRising needs to pull back, and he needs to start going for Hydras right now.
Yeah, and the worrisome thing is that at least he was taking up behind this, right? He started a lair when he attacked. He has a Hydra den. He doesn't have any Hydra upgrades at the moment, which is a little bit worrisome. The more worrisome thing for me is that he doesn't have a 4th base.
Yes, and guess who does?
Yeah. Oh god. Jimbo, you need to expand, buddy. You need to get some bases.
Look, Jimbo is a grown, independent man that he does not need anyone to tell how many bases he needs.
Doesn't he? Oh god, Jim. You know what? He's a modest person, right? You were saying it in the intro. You know, he's a man of the people, and he's not too greedy. You know, he doesn't need 4 houses, right? He's happy with like a small apartment. You know, single bedroom. That's all he needs.
Yes, and a $3,000 computer.
And a waifu body pillow, you know, it's oh, God.
But yeah, the game is resuming. JimRising finally getting a 4th base now. But Xion's base is gonna finish first. In fact, it is done already. And now Xion's going for the robot units. We have 2 Colossus at the same time going in.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. The Colossus production is here. The extended thermal lens is on the way. Void Rays are going to try and sneak in. The infestation pit! The hive! Anything. Oh, okay. The queens, they respond in time.
Yeah. There's too many queens. He won't be able to DPS them all. So they will be annoying. Oh, nice. A roach counter-attack on the tier base. There is nothing here to defend. So again, he can kill like a couple of buildings. Maybe one of those robots. Maybe. No, he doesn't. He does not focus the robots. I would like if JimRising will focus the robot bay instead of the cannons.
Yeah, there was potential there to get some of the production. Meanwhile, another Void Ray goes down. The Void Rays, you could argue that they've already served their purpose and maybe we don't need them anymore. But yeah, it's nice that Jim is able to deal with at least some of them as he gets his base up and running. His tech has been on point, right? Hive is done. 5 Vipers are on the way. Yeah, like Jim, he's catching up.
Yeah, he's catching up. We are equal in supply, so I believe all that is going to come down later in the game is how good those Vipers are going to be.
Yeah, and also
a quick join here and there, and suddenly the fight turns into your favor.
I'm just worried that there's just not enough supply on the ground. Like, even if we see a Yoink, like, is there enough Roach Hydra? We'll see. Ooh, he does pick off a single Immortal for free there. Nicely done. But now in comes the Protoss army.
I mean, you say free, but he lost like a dozen roaches over there.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Here come the Vipers. Let's see how many joins they can do. And the answer is no joins. Only a what is it called? The fucking
Lightning Cloud.
But yeah, thank you. That cloud. That thing that I hate versus tanks.
Oh,
but yeah,
God.
but I'm not sure this is going to be enough because, mate, there's a lot of Immortals and there's counter reinforcements. Yeah,
exactly. We see the blink on forward. We did see a couple of yoinks on the Colossus, and 2 Colossus did go down, but there's just so much Protoss here. There's still 2-3 Immortals remaining, and XionS takes the fight. He takes the base, and the Void Rays are even in the main. Oh my god.
Yes. Not only he took the base, he's killing a lot of workers. 22 workers have going down so far. And XionS is not stopping.
Oh god.
He is currently 30 supply ahead of his opponent, and there we go. The push is coming in for a second round.
Yeah,
Vipers are going in. Nice jank on the. Oh, nice. A blink forward with the Stalkers trying to snipe one of the Vipers.
Yeah, and because of the blink on forward, even though there was a yoink on the Colossus survived. Another yoink happens. Is there enough for a follow-up? It looks like he will focus down one of the Colossus, but he's losing so much of his Roaches and his Hydras.
Yes, he is. There is actually not many Roaches and Hydras left.
Oh my god, XionS, he's doing it. He's breaking through. Behind this, we have a 5th base on the way towards the bottom right, because why the hell not? Sure, we have still some Vipers remaining, but there's just not enough follow-up. Another yoink, another Colossus goes down. But what about the gateway units? What about the Zealots and the Stalkers?
Yeah, there's nothing here to stop them, mate. There is not enough. I think this is not gonna be long enough before Jim gives the GG.
Yeah, exactly. Nice blink on forward. Another Viper falls. We have some reinforcing Immortals as well. Ay, ay, ay. And GG gets called.
GG. XionS takes the series 2-0.
Wow. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. XionS with some very solid play there. Some very nice decision making as well. I really appreciate that both games, he had like maybe an opportunity to have his army at home to defend, but like every single time whenever he had an opportunity, he would try and go for a counterattack, a backstab instead. And every single time it worked out well for him.
Yeah, it worked out really good for him. So yeah, congratulations to XionS. He advances to the finals, and mate, there are only Peruvians left alive in this tournament.
Oh,
what is up with your people today?
You say today, but even yesterday we had an all Peruvian finals, right? With Ryu versus Chaos Fate, you know? Like, I'm looking at you, Parker Mike. What's going on? You know, what are you doing? I know you're not playing Age of Empires. Oh, God.